If I told you that you could build a $5,000 a month income stream, starting with just 10 bucks a day, would you believe me? Most people wouldn't, and that's exactly why most people never do it. But here's the truth. You don't need a six-figure salary, you don't need to win the lottery, and you definitely don't need to be born rich. In fact, if you can find $10 a day, the cost of 2 fancy coffees, or that extra streaming subscription bundle you barely use, you already have the seed money for a life-changing plan. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to turn those tiny daily savings into a $5,000 a month income stream. And I'll prove it with real math, real examples, and a plan you can start today. Let's go. Let me introduce you to Mike. Mike's a regular guy, lives in Ohio, works an office job, makes about $48,000 a year. Like most people, Mike's expenses eat up pretty much all of his paycheck. Rent, groceries, gas, the occasional night out, and, well, let's be honest, a bunch of small, forgettable purchases. You know the type. That $8 sandwich from the deli instead of packing lunch, the $12 Uber because he didn't feel like walking, the $5 coffee because it tastes better than home brew. Nothing crazy. But here's the thing. Those tiny choices add up. And for Mike, that spare $10 to $15 a day was just slipping away without a trace. One day, Mike heard something that stuck with him. Wealth isn't about making more money. It's about keeping the money you already have and putting it to work. So Mike decided to try an experiment. Every single day, he would set aside just $10 into a separate account. Not for bills, not for emergencies. This was future Mike's money. What happened next? Well, that's the story I'm about to show you, because it can happen to you too. Here's why $10 a day works better than you think. Let's start with the math. If you save $10 a day, it will be $70 a week. $70 a week is about $300 a month. And if you save $300 a month, that's a saving of $3,650 a year. Now, that might not sound like much. $3,600? Big deal, right? But here's where most people stop thinking. If you keep doing that, and you invest it instead of letting it rot in a checking account, something magical happens. Let's say you put that money into a simple S&P 500 index fund. Historically, it's returned about 10% annually over the last century. If you invested $10 a day for 20 years at that average return, you'd have around $276,000. That's from literally redirecting coffee money, and that $276,000 at a safe withdrawal rate of 4% per year. That's an extra $11,000 a year for life, and that's without ever adding more than $10 a day. But here's the trick to getting to $5,000 a month. We're going to step it up slowly, and we're going to use your early returns to accelerate the growth. Compounding is like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and honestly a little boring. You're like, great, I saved $300 this month. I can't retire on that. But the snowball doesn't care. It keeps rolling, and as it grows, it starts picking up more snow and more speed all by itself. Let's use Mike's example again. Year 1. Mike invests $3,650. It earns him about $365 in gains. Not exciting. Year 5. He's invested around $18,250, but now he's earning about $1,800 a year in gains without doing a thing. Year 10. His $36,500 in contributions has grown to over $58,000, and it's earning nearly $6,000 a year in returns. Year 15. Now it's around $108,000, generating over $10,800 a year. Year 20. Over $276,000, and that's where the snowball becomes a boulder. And here's where most people fail. They see the early years and think, this is too slow, I'll never get there. And they quit right before the compounding curve starts exploding. Okay, so $10 a day is your starting fuel. But if you want $5,000 a month, here's the step-by-step. First year, build the habit, not the number. Focus purely on consistency. $10 a day, no excuses. Open a separate brokerage account and automate your deposits so you don't think about it. Year 2 to 5, gradual upgrades. Once you're comfortable, start increasing by $2 to $3 a day every few months. Use raises, side hustles, or found money, tax refunds, bonuses to bump up your investments instead of lifestyle creep. Years 5 to 10, the acceleration zone. By now, you should be investing $20 to $30 per day. That's $600 to $900 a month, enough to see real portfolio growth. Reinvest every dividend. That's your compounding fuel. Years 10 to 20, the big payoff. Now, your investments may be throwing off tens of thousands a year in returns. Keep reinvesting until your portfolio generates $60,000 per year or more. That's your $5,000 per month. This isn't get rich quick. This is get rich for sure. Let's meet Sarah. She's a nurse in Texas who started with $10 a day at age 25. She followed this exact plan, gradually upping her daily investment by $2 every year. By age 45, she had over $1.2 million invested, generating more than $4,000 per month in dividends and safe withdrawals, and she was still working part-time. By 50, she crossed $2 million, with her investments alone paying her over $5,000 a month. No lottery ticket, no inheritance, just coffee money, consistency, and patience. Don't touch your investment account. If you withdraw early, you break the compounding cycle. Watch out for lifestyle creep. Don't chase hot stocks. Your goal is steady, predictable growth, not gambling. Here's the bottom line. You don't need a huge income to build wealth. You just need the discipline to start now, even if it's small. $10 a day might seem like nothing until you fast forward 20 years and realize it bought you the one thing money can't, and that's freedom. Freedom to work if you want to, not because you have to. Freedom to spend time with family, travel, or finally start that business you've been dreaming about. The only thing standing between you and that freedom is the $10 you're about to spend on something you won't even remember tomorrow. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who says, I can't afford to invest. Next week, I'm breaking down how to turn a single $100 bill into your first $10,000 investment. Don't miss it.